For almost a decade, the city of Vancouver has sat in top spot as the most livable city in the world, according to The Economist magazine, until today. Knocked out of top spot, not because of the riots this summer, or bike lanes, or even the rain, but thanks to something here on the island. Bruce Kirkpatrick reports.
Why is this Vancouver Island highway responsible for Vancouver's downgrade in an international best cities survey? The Economist, a powerful international business magazine, has moved Vancouver from first place to third in its latest Best World Cities list. The Economist cites an accident on Vancouver Island's Malahat, which closed the highway for 22 hours in April, as a reason Vancouver has slipped. And that's very confusing if you live in Vancouver.
We've been number one for 10 years. I mean, it's still an awesome place.
In terms of Metro Vancouver, I think this is probably definitely the most livable city.
Vancouver has consistently been rated number one by The Economist, but not this year. Economist editor John Copestake says his team looked at Vancouver and areas around the city, and traffic problems were part of The Economist survey. So why would traffic on the Malahat, just north of Victoria, have an impact on whether Vancouver is a nice place to live?
When you're on top of the list, there's really only one way you can go, and that's down, and we still feel like we're part of this great club of livable cities.
The Malahat, you can't get here from there without a lot of trouble. I don't know, even if the Malahat had nothing happening on it, it wouldn't have any impact here in Vancouver. So I think it's a bit bizarre.
The Economist magazine rates Melbourne, Australia as the most livable city in the world, Vienna second, Vancouver third, Toronto fourth, Calgary fifth. And rated at the bottom at 140th is Harare, Zimbabwe. Damien lives and works on the Malahat. That's the road on Vancouver Island.
If they get secondhand news saying that the Malahat is causing problems, they might relate that to Vancouver if they don't know the area that well.
People at the Malahat Lookout are confused as well.
I'd say, what's the connection?
It shouldn't have anything to do with Greater Vancouver livability because we're on the island. It's a totally separate area. It has nothing to do with commuting or your daily traffic.
The motorist is now free to glide along the smooth surface.
Maybe if The Economist had rated Vancouver 60 years ago, things might have turned out better. Uncrowded, spacious, and considered scenic a rolling route. Today, the Malahat is much busier, perhaps enough to tarnish Vancouver's reputation, or somebody got their geography wrong. As for this, the hockey riot was not considered in the latest Best City list, but The Economist will undoubtedly include it in next year's survey.